Hey everybody, Matt Magee here, your Colorado real estate agent. Today I want to take an opportunity to discuss something that's often overlooked in the home buying process, and that is your homeowner's insurance. With the influx in Colorado recently of forest fires and natural disasters, there are many homes that are underinsured, which is why this is an important topic. It hits pretty close home to me because I haven't had my insurance policy updated in 2 years, and come to find out I was significantly underinsured compared to my market value and replacement cost. So let me dive into a few definitions that you're going to want to know and understand while you're looking at homeowners insurance. Number one is your premium. The premium is the amount you pay on a monthly or annual basis for the cost of your homeowner's insurance. Next is the deductible. The deductible is if you file a claim with your homeowner's insurance, how much are you responsible for out of pocket before the policy kicks in? This can be anywhere from $500, $750, $1,000, $2,500, up to a high deductible policy such as $5,000. Oftentimes people with high value insurance policies for their homes will have a high deductible plan because they want to reduce their premium and have a high deductible because their insurable amount is so high. Some things to consider when you're looking at a homeowner's insurance quote, and a couple things to consider. Number one is who you're doing business with. Is it a small insurer or is it one of the national providers that's going to have a lot of financial clout and wherewithal behind them in the event there is a large natural disaster and there are many claims filed? Number two is, do you have an agent that's going to go to bat for you? Or are you going to work with some small independent person that if you file a claim, they're going to give you a telephone number to call for the policy that they've underwritten that they're not even affiliated with, and put you in touch with somebody and you go down a black hole of trying to get a claim taken care of. When you're getting your homeowner's insurance quote, the first thing you're going to want to consider is dwelling coverage. This is often referred to as coverage A. The dwelling is the replacement cost for your home on a price per square foot basis. Now, this will vary from area to area and construction type to construction type, but you're going to want to make sure that you have adequate coverage. In addition to that, there's an optional ID coverage, which often is referred to as increased dwelling. Depending on the insurer, this can be anywhere from 10 to 25% over the dwelling coverage. The reason you'll want this is because, let's say, for example, God forbid your house burns down in a forest fire, and the contractors are out in the area. They know that there's a lot of work to do, and basically they're bidding up the contract a little bit in order to get your house rebuilt. They'll look at your dwelling and they'll give you a price per square foot cost. Now, in the event that there are many of these in the area, maybe it's 10 or 15% more than it would be otherwise. This is what the increased dwelling will do. Secondarily, over and above that, there's a dwelling extension. The dwelling extension is a similar piece as well, and that can be bumped up to 10%. So you may have $1 million policy, but you could be covered for up to $1.3 million or $1.35 million. So these are some things to take into consideration. And then outside of that, you're going to have personal property. What are you covered for the personal property contents in and around your home? Next is the personal liability for each occurrence. So how much is your insurer going to cover in the event somebody tries to sue you, for example, saying slipping and falling on your driveway and breaking your leg or something like that, or something sliding off of your roof and hitting them, or a tree falling on them, or something of that sort. The next thing that you're going to really want to consider is a loss settlement option for your dwelling. What this refers to is, in the event something like a total loss happens to your home, are you going to be able to stay somewhere? And if you're going to be able to stay somewhere, what are the parameters of that? So let's just say, for example, you live in a 3,000 square foot home. What is the cost in your neighborhood to rent a 3,000 square foot home? And that's what your insurer should pay. In addition, that can be a 12-month period up to a 24-month period. Often, if there's a catastrophic event and many of these homes are ruined or damaged or total losses occur, it's pretty unlikely that your home's going to get rebuilt in a 12-month period if there's a lot of work going around. So you'd want to make sure that you had a place to live, potentially for up to 24 months in the event something like this happened. I live in the mountains of Evergreen, Colorado. It's difficult to build up here. It's difficult to get equipment, construction, workers up here. So I want the maximum amount of time that I'm able to rent a like kind property and then that's going to be covered by my insurer. That doesn't mean I can go down to Breckenridge, Colorado, or Aspen, or Steamboat, or some ski resort and just live there and have my bill covered, because obviously in those areas, a light kind home is going to be much more expensive. So it does need to be in a certain proximity to your home, probably a relatively tight knit range. And then the insurer is going to want to look at what the cost is for a light kind home, and they'll cover that for 12 to 24 months depending on your policy. I know in Colorado with the forest fires, there's lots and lots of homes recently that have been underinsured, and with the increased value based on the market dynamics the last 2 years, even if you are currently insured, I would say it's worth taking a look at updating your policy and making sure that you are insured. Because God forbid something happened, you're going to want to make sure that you're taken care of. So I would recommend either calling your broker, calling another agent, calling me as a realtor if you have questions, and really looking at your policy, making sure that you're covered. With the increased valuation of homes in the last 2 years, as well as the shortage of the labor market, the supply chain being a little bit messed up, cost of materials increasing, it's probably likely, if you haven't updated your policy in the last 2 to 3 years, that you're underinsured. So would highly recommend that. I should note that when you're going to purchase a new residence, you do have a contingency in your contract for homeowners insurance, so you're able to go out, get quotes, look at it in a timely manner, and ensure that you're able to properly insure your home for a cost that lines up with what you would anticipate or expect before moving forward with the contract. So these are a few things on homeowners insurance that I would highly recommend and that you consider either for an existing home or if you're looking to purchase a new home. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out at any time. Otherwise, please like, subscribe, hit the little notification button for my future content coming out. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to drop that in the comment box. Otherwise, I can be found on Google, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, most of your social media sources I'm on. Please feel free to look me up, and I'd love to hear from you and help you out. Thanks a lot.